Alrighty. Welcome back. Something a little bit different today. Car Mechanic Simulator 2026, just a demo. In my free time, I've been playing this. One of the previous versions. I've played them for years. I've loads of different versions growing up. And yeah, I saw this and I said, we'll give it a lash. If you guys like it, we'll bring it back when the game releases. The loading screen, the main menu, stuff like that, I'm loving it. The lovely blue trim is really nice. It seems to have a lot of energy. The other Car Mechanic simulators, I think it's 2021, just can we change this? We're just going to modern. Okay. Yeah, just a lot of energy. The older games, not so much. They aren't as upbeat and kind of as hyped. But yeah. This one seems to be taking like a different kind of vibe, a different kind of approach. Which is nice because a lot of the games, you know, they have built on previous games. But they're all kind of the same thing. This does seem to have something fresh about it, so I hope that is the case. So I guess we're just kind of tidying up our garage at the moment, which is something I kind of picked up on in the trailer. Okay. Cool. Okay, so we actually get to place where we want things, it looks like. There we go. We actually get to dictate our garage. So let's do the same. Add garage equipment, computer. Cool, and it's actually on the ground. So it's like Sims, where if you don't actually have a desk to put this thing on, you know, it doesn't work. Now, is there a way to rotate? There is. Look at this. Look at the reflection there on the screen. The lights behind me, so this big sign over here is actually coming up on my screen here. Really impressed with this. Snap to grid, place and distance. Okay, well, I'll put that there for now. Use the computer. Cool. Okay, so pretty familiar territory if you're if you've played Car Mechanic Simulator before. Add to cart. Make sure I haven't bought two there. Oil pan, F to finalize. Okay, a little bit more interactive than previous menus. Your package will arrive in the morning. Use the bed to skip time. So this is something I saw in the trailer where they actually get a truck reverses into the garage with brown boxes, and I was kind of wondering, like, will we now have to wait for parts? Sleeping allows you to skip time. If you're waiting for a morning delivery, there you go. A car is being repaired, or you simply do not want to pay extra for overnight deliveries. You can skip the night or fast forward time to a specific hour. So we got a little, not a fast travel per se, but a time skip. Some game modes may limit when you can sleep, for example, only at night. Sleeping is also blocked if you are under the effect of a coffee boost. Interesting, also saw that in the trailer. Or while it is recharging. So it seems like you can't just spam the sleep, which is also pretty good. F1. So we'll just skip till the morning till 8 AM. Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. You can hear the music in the background as well. I generally don't play with music. I normally put on something like on my second monitor I have some YouTube, some chill video going on in the background, maybe a bit of Top Gear. But this music does seem to be kind of like new and kind of more upbeat than previous games, if I'm remembering correctly. So yeah, they really do seem to be leaning into the kind of fresh feel of things. I don't want to lock myself here, but can I use this board? Ah, it's fine. Open the gates, let some light in. Cool. Sounds are pretty good. Not too dissimilar to the previous Car Mechanic Simulator, but no, I can tell that the sound is improved. So I'm assuming this is a job. Well, a phone order. Here we go. It'll tell us. The player's main source of income. As you gain experience, the number of available jobs and complexity increases. Jobs based mainly on general problem report from the customer, often without clearly pointing to the source. Yeah, so you have to figure it out as you go, essentially. Time bonus. So oh yeah, so it's highlighted here in purple. So you can see here it says XP, and time bonus. I'd imagine the CR is the money one, as you can see up here. Yeah, there you go. Cool. I wonder how they're gonna do the experience in Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. The experience is a little bit grindy. I didn't mind it, but it kind of hinders replayability. So like once you do it once, you don't mind doing it once because it's interesting and it's new and it's all cool and shiny. But if you go back and play a second time from scratch, it is very kind of tedious, or it can be, you know. Okay, let's see here. The car has been delivered to the parking lot. Here we are. Yeah, approach it, open the pie menu and select car status window. Okay, so this will tell us what's wrong with the car, or probably not entirely, but it'll give us this breakdown here. Engine starting unknown. All right. A car that does not start can still be moved between main locations using the radial menu. Okay, that's fine. Paint job. Okay. Tells us the year. I appreciate this actually. The year and the mileage. That's pretty cool. I wonder what origin is. It says mission. Oh, it's probably where have we found it. So it's maybe like scrapyard, or you know, the car depot. Whereas this one is a mission, you know. So that's cool. Okay, keep going. I'm not sure if there's a time limit on this, but I'm sure we'll find out fairly lively. Fuel is consumed while driving. I think that's a new thing, which I really appreciate. Consumption depends on driving style and the engine. So this is something that was kind of really heavily shown in the trailers as kind of like getaway vehicles and like evading the cops and kind of having kind of real-time races and stuff like that, which is really new. So really interested to see how that works. There might be a kind of free roam element to this if there's fuel going on, you know, and fuel efficiency as well. So stock engine. Okay, so this is where I start to fall apart. I know a little bit about cars, but I'm not exactly a petrol head either, you know. I appreciate this telling us what the tires are. In previous games, it was kind of hard to remember what tire you were trying to buy, so the fact that it's just highlighted here for us is really nice, and the rims makes it a lot easier to search. Okay, and an overall breakdown. Excellent. That'll be handy. The dyno, so the engine's currently installed, so it tells you what the engine is. Right, perfect. Interesting. Okay, very good. We don't know if it's been tuned or not. It looks like the question mark. Okay. And then I'm assuming if we had more than one engine here, it would tell us. Or maybe this is, yeah, look, engine families. So there's different engines for this car, it would seem. An engine family is a group of engines that use the same engine block. Engines with one family can differ significantly in drivetrain type, power, and accessories. Changing the engine family requires removing the entire engine and sometimes also the exhaust system, cooling system, or other engine components. That's huge. That would imply like you can take the engine out fully and put a completely different engine in. I don't know if that was the case in 2021, but I do remember kind of being locked out of certain cars because the engine, like say the engine I had wasn't compatible with the car I was trying to put it in. Whereas that would imply you can kind of do what you want. So you might have like a Mini Cooper with a fucking, you know, 5-liter V10 if it fits, you know, which is really interesting. And this is a parts list. Okay. So we know that the battery is bad. Anything else here? No other details at the moment. Everything's compliant there. 68% is the minimum, is it? Is that what we're saying here? Repair jobs and story jobs. Yeah, okay, no worries. Okay. In the early stage of the game, the parts that need replacement are usually known. Yeah, fair enough. As the game progresses, more time must be spent on finding the source of your problem. Yeah, of course. Cool. Alright. This is... If you're interested, you can read the pop-ups. But I'm eager to just get straight into this now. A job can be finished at any time. Yeah, so if you get bored of a car, you can just move it on. F to drive, okay. Okay, so we actually have to drive it onto the car lift. That's exciting. And if this is something that you guys like, I have a steering wheel. So I can maybe set that up if this game does have a good bit of driving, you know, rather than just using the keyboard and mouse. So, bring the car over here. Lift her up. I hope the game volume is okay. It's really loud in my headset. But I can probably edit that out as we go. Lift the car into the highest position because we want to drain the oil. Now. Excellent. Okay. So, in previous games, I think this is just in 2021. I might be wrong. It would be it would just be stored here by default. You couldn't put it anywhere else. The game told you where it went, and you would click on it and then say, I want to put it on lift A or lift B, whereas now I can free move this as I choose, you know? So that's excellent. Really appreciate that. Click on this suspension to get into mechanic mode. Okay. Remove the oil filter. Okay. Move the oil drain so that, yeah, fair enough. We're just gonna keep it here for now, just to keep it. Lower the car. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself here, trying to buy parts before we even need them. Mark the parts and add them to the shopping list. Yeah, okay. That was a handy feature before, alright. Mark parts are more visible in mechanic mode. Okay, fair enough. The shopping list helps you buy. Yeah. Yeah, I use the shopping list quite a lot. Alright, bit of funkiness there. Maybe I was just doing it wrong. Okay, sounds pretty familiar. They don't seem to be very different from previous games. Nodule, spark plug. Ignition coil. It is harder to see the parts, so if it lets me, will it let me come in here? No. Approach the battery charger. Right, okay. I will just say this quickly because I'll forget, and I don't want to hover it over in blue. So if you look at the engine as I move my cursor off it, the parts are all kind of the same color, which I really appreciate, because in 2021 it was really easy to see the different parts. You know, I suppose on purpose, like they did that on purpose for like quality of life, but I much prefer that kind of natural look to the engine. Is this saying it'll be ready at 8:05? And it's 8:03 at the moment. Cool. Okay, I actually really appreciate that. There seems to be a lot more tracking on like day-night cycles. That's really cool. Okay, mains. Switch the cart to the shopping list. Okay. So, show shopping lists. Yeah, okay. Add to cart. It's a little bit different. Okay, so the electrical parts are all in the same place. So these, you would buy the oil filter in the main shop in 2021, but the electrical parts would be in a different search area, you know, so I appreciate that too. That's pretty cool. Okay, switch the shopping list to the cart. Fair enough. Okay, here we go. Delivery types. So I wonder how we change this. Collect the package from the pickup point. I'm assuming. All right. Okay. Well, I thought we might have to sleep there. Lift the cart to the highest position. Can we not put the parts in first? Oh, nope. That's not what we wanted. Come back here. Here's our new oil filter. Okay, and put our battery back in. Yeah, so see the battery is a good example here where it's actually got like, I'm reluctant to call it wear and tear, but it's clearly seen use. There's like a bit of dust, a bit of mud. Same with the engine. The engine isn't necessarily rusted or anything like that, but it looks like it's in used condition, you know, which I really appreciate. Like this here, like the engine head is the same as the pumps down here, you know, they're the same color, whereas in 2021 there was like, this would be white and this would be black and white, and you could really kind of tell the engine apart, if you get what I'm saying. Select part on mount. Open the pie menu. Okay. Additional tools, oil drain, I'm assuming. Brake servo, sorry, never mind. Cool. Part on mount. I wish we could zoom in a little bit here just to see the level a bit better. It's a little bit hard to tell. I think I've put in too much there just because I can't really see, but yeah, just a little bit too much, but we haven't gone over. But you know, it's my eyes. You know, if you had if I had my glasses on, or if you have good eyes, then it's maybe not an issue. But I did in 2021. I struggled with that too, like to see exactly where the line is. But so far nothing too crazy. It's all pretty familiar. Brake fluid, washer fluid, and engine oil. Okay, here we go. And we'll see if the cheat is still here. There it is, yeah. Ah. Lower the car to the ground, so... Do we get to drive her out? I'd love to get to drive it out. Excellent. F to drive. Very good. Car status. We've done everything we need to do. It's at its minimum threshold, and then go to the car summary tab and finish the job. So car summary, there it is. Finish order. No worries. I dare say we'll manage. The autosave there. The garage is pretty big. I'm hoping, so I'd imagine this is where we this is workshop 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so this is where you use your XP. You buy upgrades and stuff like that for your tools and the garage. Like this, for example, like Swift Hands, all this kind of stuff. So that's not new, but I appreciate that it's still here. This is what I was trying to get to. I wonder if this is our parts bench where you like work on the body panels. Got our little grinder here. We've got 2 grinders actually. They're obviously sponsored by Magnuson, the black and orange theme here. That's our battery charger. I wonder where the welder is. Maybe it's outside. Right. We'll see, is there another job? That might be the end of the tutorial. No, sorry, this isn't the job. We need the phone, which is over here. I wonder, can I move this phone? This is a long old walk just to get a job, like. We got a Luxor. It's the only one we can take, so we'll take it. Oh, a bit of frames. I'm just... sorry, no video. Oh, don't do this to me. Right, we're back. Just, my PC was struggling a little bit there, so... Let's hop in. Let's do a bit of exploring. Well, that'll be that then. See these parked cars here, though? I'm wondering, can we steal them? Alright. Why not? Follow the track. Brakes could have been better. Didn't want to overshoot. That's pretty good. I appreciate that it's like there's not a loading screen to do this. You just drive the car out, hit the test. There's a lot less loading screens, I've noticed. And we actually, if you look at the parts list here on the left, it tells us what's wrong with the car. So there's actually a benefit to doing this, you know? So you could go through all the parts individually and try and learn what's wrong with the car, or you can do this quick run around and see what's wrong. So it seems like a lot of issues with the brakes. I think the suspension was pretty much all good, eh? Good enough. Okay, so can I close this menu? Yeah, there we go. Caesar, quick actions, vehicle systems. I just want to see if I can change the camera. Almost. We'll get that. We'll get it we'll get it. Over time we'll get it. Where we'll do a lap and we will perfect our drift into the shop. Right. Let's get her up. How are we on time, folks? Half an hour. Not bad. We might finish this car and then call it a day. So, let's see. This is my inventory. These are our old parts. I'm just going to sell these. No, sorry. Sell parts. Right. Car status. Okay, it's still a lot we don't know. Naturally. Issues to fix, so... Okay, that's all fine. Change the oil, fair enough. Brake fluid and washers. Okay, so all pretty simple stuff. Let me in. Sorry, getting ahead of myself. Use equipment first. Okay, now. Is there a way to see... Said an inner tie rod. There is percentages, but there's normally like a little heat map to tell you what condition the parts are in. Oh, I just can't reach the tire. There we go. Where's the outer tie rod? There we are. So you're in bad condition, as we know. And I think it's both of them anyway. I don't know why I bothered checking. That is so slow. I don't have the drill upgrades, so it's just like ridiculously slow compared to what I'm used to. So a lot of the sounds, as I've been saying already, a lot of the sounds are pretty bang on with what they were in 2021. They haven't been upgraded or changed, but there are some that are new. So I suppose, you know, if this is what these things genuinely sound like, and if no one's complaining, no, it's not broken, don't fix it. But let me in. Brake pads. Okay. Let's see. Brake shoe, brake shoe. Oil filter, of course. Yeah, it's hilarious. I really can't get over how slow this is compared to my other save. It'll be one of the first upgrades we're getting. If this does well, you know, if you guys are interested in seeing more when the game comes out, by all means. I would like to kind of expand the channel and like kind of do a bit of this, a bit of that. A lot of my current content is farming sims. You know, you could call Minecraft a farming sim, you know, kind of as well, you know, kind of cozy game farming sim. The fluids, that's right, okay. So I don't think we can repair any of the parts in our inventory. So we're just going to buy new parts, I think. What's our minimum threshold, does it say? Oh, it was right there as well, and I bloody left it. 80%. Okay, so anything in our inventory that's below 80%, we can just add to our list. So front wheel hub. Probably don't need to do that, but sure, look. Yeah, it's all good. Okay. Let's just double check again. Brake shoe, oil filter, tie rods, brake pads. Okay. That's cool. So I have it entered as twice and it actually automatically did too. So I'm not buying the seals, generally the bearings and stuff, I should say, in 2021. The car might need like 8 new bearings and you have to individually buy them or like type in 8 and hit it once. If you just have it in your shopping list, it automatically does that. So that's a really nice quality of life thing. Really appreciate that. It's saying engine shop here. Yeah, let's buy a whole new engine. Alright, cool. That's interesting though. That it does it like that. You can just genuinely buy a whole new engine if you want. Here we go. Do our tie rods. Come back. Did I not buy a new one? I did, like I bought... Oh, do you know what? Do you know what? I probably didn't hit finalize. Haha. That's gonna get me a lot. Instant delivery, yeah. Of course, because we have deliveries now. That's what was catching me off guard. Normally you just hit the parts you need and hey presto, you have them in your inventory, you know? Go back to part mount, tie rod, bang. This bird up here, can you see it? Yeah, there's actual like birds flying in the windows here. It's really cool. Nearly there. Okay, just the simple jobs now. Bring the car down, top her up, send her on her way. It's one thing I would prefer is like a kind of free roaming camera setting. Why can't I see this? I've overfilled this way too much. Why can't I see the line? Drain old and refill with new, of course. There we go. Yeah, like the camera angle we were just at is perfect, you know? Fuck. No, we're good. I was looking at this line here. Between the lines, lads, it's good enough. Boom, boom, boom. We finish order? Cool. So you don't need to check that the car worked in order to finish the job, which I appreciate. Let's see if we can take a job from here. No, we can't. Okay. No. In that case... gonna make it easier on ourselves. Less transportation waste. And less movement waste. Is that a sink? No, it's a radio. Perfect. Well, we can get you in here, so. The fact that we have the tablet, we don't really need the computer too much, but sure, look, it's nice to have. Come back to normal mode. Answer the phone. So what do we got here? Repair parts with minimum condition. Hey, I'm dropping by with a small problem. My new sporty toy, what, an Audi A5 it looks like, maybe? A6? My new sporty toy isn't doing so great. The engine misfires and something won't start. The turbo is loud and the brakes are squeaking. I hope I won't regret this purchase. Fix whatever is needed and make sure everything works properly. See you. Well, we're gonna take this for a spin. Oh, it's white. I thought it was gonna be green. We'll take it for a spin. Maybe it's an A4. I mean, it's not far off though, eh? It's basically, like, it's basically the right model except the logo, which I really appreciate. Car Mechanic Simulator are pretty good for that, to be fair. Their models are pretty good. See if we take this for a lap. It takes a lot to get it into second gear. So, and then brakes, yeah. We kind of knew that anyway, you know? We'll leave it here, folks. I hope you enjoyed this quick little intro to a game I've played for years and something I might introduce to the channel longer term. And yeah, if you did enjoy it, stay tuned and maybe check out some of my other videos as well. Like and subscribe, the usual. And I'll speak to you soon. Thanks very much for watching.